Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am the budgeting esthetician, and today I'm going to be doing a cash unstuffing for my second pay period of August, as well as then doing a bill exchange or condensing with the money that I unstuff for the end of August. I am filming this video a little bit early because I am ready for August to be over and for it to be September already, even though it is not September yet at the time of filming this. That being said, we're just going to go ahead and get through this video and be all reset for September. So we will start in my expenses and savings binder as always. Okay, and for my bills, we'll start there because I can cross them off on my little tracker here in the front, which is from Minimalistic Budget if anybody is curious. And everything that I have purchased from Etsy sellers, either this expense tracker, which is from Lily Budgets, as you can see, or any physical product from any other Etsy seller is always linked down below. But for my bills, my Planet Fitness membership always comes out on the 17th, so that is coming out this pay period, and that is just $10. Netflix comes out on the 27th, which is $10 as well. I pay for a little bit of extra iCloud storage, which is $1, and that always comes out on the 30th. And then the end of the month is basically when I consider my rent coming out, which is $300 a month that I just pay to the family that I stay with. My own family, not my immediate family, but kind of extended family. All of that together comes out to $321 to take out of this envelope today. So we'll just take these three 100s, 300, 20, and this one. So now bills will have $50, $75, $77 remaining in there. And then let me go ahead and mark all of those off here on our tracker. So let's see, Planet Fitness, and then this is Netflix, iCloud, and rent. Okay, perfect. Okay, other than sinking funds, the only other things I need to pull from are my variable expenses, and all of this always gets added all up, and I just take it out of the full amount I budgeted for that category. So gas is usually only just one transaction for me, which it was this pay period. So I budgeted $25, but I spent $26.53, which means I did go $1.53 over. But you will see that get kind of figured out here in a minute. Groceries, I budgeted $2.50, and I also went over in all my categories this pay period. But I budgeted $2.50, and I spent $276.06, which is $26.06 in the negative. Without going too much into depth about those purchases, they're just my normal HelloFresh purchases, as well as Walmart. HelloFresh I use for my dinners, and then everything else like snacks and lunch stuff and whatnot I just purchased from Walmart. We're just going to remove this full $2.50 for now, and we'll deal with that here in a second. And then spending was given $100, and I spent $102.28, so again, negative $2.28 in that. Spending is usually spent on personal care items. So I have a purchase right at the top from Ulta, which was for some backups of my skincare products that they had on sale. And then let's see, mostly other than that, it should be just eating out. And another thing I do is if I spend from a sinking fund, and I like to equal out the spending from that sinking fund to an even number, so that I'm not pulling an odd number out of one of them. Like, I like to keep my sinking funds ending in a 0 or a 5. I don't like any odd numbers, and I don't like any change left in them. So you'll see here, we haven't gotten to it yet, but from Adventures my adventure sinking fund, which is basically my fun sinking fund, I spent out of that. And to equal that out to 30 so that I could just pull $30 out of there, I did have $3.46 left over. So that went towards this cushion amount down here as well. So with all of this, and I went negative, plus the $3.46, I was still over budget by $26.41. So I will have to remove, and I'm just going to round that down to 26. And I will have to remove that from my cushion. But what I'm actually going to do to be able to have the right denominations for my condensing here in a minute is I'm going to have to pull out a 50, and then I'm going to put back $24 later in the video, if that makes any sense. So we will come back to cushion, but for now we're pulling out 50, and then just remind me, you guys, don't let me forget to come back and put $24 in here. Alrighty, but yes, so we've gotten all that taken care of, but to finish off our unstuffing before we can do our condensing, we just also have to pull from the two sinking funds I spent out of, which are both in my short-term sinking funds binder. So the first one that I spent out of is my adventures sinking fund. So my best friend and I went to go see the Barbie movie together. So you will see $17.13 is what I paid for the ticket to see that, as well as I did get some popcorn and a drink as well. So that is all of that together. And then we did also grab some food after at just Wendy's. So I decided to just pull that out of there because I was already over in my spending category, and it was kind of out of the ordinary for me to have, like, I wouldn't have eaten out that day if it wasn't for the fact that we went out together. So I did pull that as well from Adventures, and then, like I said, I pulled the remaining $3.46 to pull out an even $30, and that should be everything I have in Adventures. Yeah, 25 and 30. So all of that is getting pulled today, as well as my Pamper sinking fund. We are pulling $110 out of this today because I did get a massage. So yeah, we perfectly have just 100 and a $10 bill there. That way we have at least one of all the bills so far, and Pamper is left with $150.75 in there. So that won't even need condensed here in a minute. But okay, so that is it for all the unstuffing. Let me just go ahead and mark those off on our sheet here, and I will go ahead and erase this little asterisk. That was just to remind me to talk to you guys about like how that works and where that money came from. But that is it for the unstuffing. So the rest of this video is just going to be that bill, condensing, and sinking funds update here. So before we get into that, let's count and make sure I have the right amount of money unstuffed here, which I should have $862. And then at the end of the condensing, I should have $1,362 because I will be adding $500 from my car sinking fund that will be getting a new placeholder in it. So let's count this money really quick and make sure this is $862 first. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700, 800, 820, 40, 60, 75, 85, 86. Oh, and you know why. So it is correct, because yeah, I should have removed the 24 for my cushion, but I don't have the denominations to pull that out here, so we're just gonna know that that is correct. But alrighty, put this money back, and then we will get into the bill exchange portion of this video. And I think I'm going to go backwards in terms of my binders actually. So we're going to start back in my short-term sinking funds and end in my expenses and savings binder, since that is where I will need to pull that money from cushion, or put that money back into cushion in the end. So let's do that and see what happens. So Adventures is empty since we just emptied that out. So it started the month with 20 and ended the month with 0, which is a negative 20 change. Okay, let's see. Clothing began the month with 60, and we also spent out of here. So now it is left with $10, $15, and $20 today. So that is negative 40 in clothing. So, and then we're just going to exchange that for 20. Okay, giving. Let's see, giving began the month with $30 and now it has 20, 30, 40, 55, 60. 60 in giving, which is a positive 30, which is great. And then let's see here, we're going to keep a 10, and this should be 50, 20, 30, 45, and 50. Grab one of these 50s here, and now it still has $60 in giving. Holidays, I think is right under, yep, had 20 and now it has 25 and 30, which is a positive $10 change, and it's just going to get a 10 for those two 5s. Now it still has 30. Household had 10 and now it has 10, 15, and 20, which is another $10 change, because that is what I stuff those categories in a month. So this is going down a 10 and two 5s for a 20 as well. Miscellaneous is not getting condensed because I have not added anything to it this month. So that is still at 75 and that's a $0 change. And then Pamper, we just went through and it will not need a condensing, but I think it had 175 in here, 150, 75, yes. So let me add that. So that is a big difference, and I'm going to actually need to do the math on that really quick and I'll be right back. So that is negative $290 for Pamper, because I got a lot done this past month. Okay, so that is it for my short-term sinking funds binder. Going into my long-term sinking funds binder. Annual bills started the month with 90, and now it has 50, 70, 95, 100. And that has met its goal, so it's a positive 10. Met its goal for the year, so this is all going down for a $100 bill, which will come out, some of that will come out next unstuffing, because my car registration did come out at the after my last or second paycheck of August. Okay, let's see. Business ended last month with $5 and now it has $10. So that is just a positive 5 in there, and these will both go down for a 10. Okay, car. This should be exciting. Car had a 900 at the end of last month, and now it has 5, 6, 7, 8, 900, and a $1,000 in there. So it's a positive 100 change, and then this gets to go down for a $1,000 placeholder. So all these 100s go right over here, and then take a 1,000 and put this one back. Okay, so that is $1,000 in my car sinking fund, which is super exciting. Home, let's see here, home ended last month with $255, and now it has $1,253, $320, $45, $47, $49, and $50. So $350. So that is a positive $95 over the last month. So let's see, we'll keep a 50 and two 100s, and this should be 150, 70, 95, 7, 9, 100. So all of that goes down. 4, a 100. And now home still has 1, 2, 3, 50. Perfect. Okay, medical, I think it's right below it. Yep, ended last month with 145. It now has 1, 20, 40, 60, 85, 95. So 195, which is a positive $50. So let's see, we want to keep 45 and a 100, and this should be 50. 20, 45, 50. Perfect. Okay. And now medical still has 150, 70, 95 in there. Pet care has nothing still. So let's see. Right here, 0, and that's a $0 change. And then travel is all the way at the bottom here. Okay, and that has 20, 45, and 50. So that is all going down for a 50 here. And then that is a positive $25 difference. Alrighty, moving along to the last binder, which brings us back to my expenses and savings binder that we started off with. Okay, we don't need to condense any of my expenses. We are just going right back to my savings. So, well, let's see, I'll take you through here. So ahead, first of all, is at its goal of 1,500 still. So that is no change from last month. Same thing for, we'll skip cushion for a minute, same thing for rainy day. So 1,500, which is no change. My Roth IRA, I do not have an envelope for because that is not something I am actively adding to quite yet, but it just has 500 sitting in it from an amount that a family member gave me to open the account with. So that is that. I count it towards my sinking funds and savings, but it's, yeah, it doesn't have an active envelope. And then savings, we'll jump back to here first before we finish off in my cushion. That ended the last month with 205, and it now has 1, 2, 20, 30, 45, 55, 60, $260. So that is a positive $55 change. And let's see, 200 can be kept, and I think all this, well, other than a 10, and then this should be 50, 20, 35, 40, 20, 35, 45, 50, perfect. So that is that, and it still has 1, 2, 50, 60. Okay, and then last but not least, we can come back to cushion here, and that is all the way up here, and we will put the $24 back in here. So that is the 20, and then these two twos. Okay, so we ended last month with 384, and we are ending this month with 1, 2, 50, 70, 90, 310, 320, 30, 5, 40, 342, 4, 6, 8, and 349. Let me double count that just to make sure that is correct. 1, 2, 250, 270, 290, 310, 320, 330, 35, 40, 342, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Yes, 349 in there, which is below our goal of 375. So we will have to add to that in our next stuffing as well. And then let's see if I can do this math in my head without needing a calculator, because that minus 5 would be 79. So that should be negative 35. But I'll double check that here in a minute. So that is it for the condensing, as well as the sinking funds, gathering up all the amounts here. So let me first count this money and make sure that I do have $1,362 here. Make sure, first of all, I did everything correctly. And then after that, I'll go through and add everything together and see what our total is for all of our sinking funds and savings, as well as what kind of change we had from last month. But first things first, I'm going to do a satisfying fan here. This is probably the thickest stack that I've had since starting these videos. No 50s, which is interesting. Okay, let's give this a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. That's already $1,000 right there in hundreds. 1,000, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 1,200, 1,210, 20, 30, 40, 1,240, 5, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 300, 1,300, 1,305, 10, 15, 20, 5, 35, 45, 55, 60, 1,360, 1, and 2. So we do have the correct amount of money here, which is perfect. And then, like I said, I will off camera go ahead and do the math here, and I will be right back. Okay, so I finished doing all the math, and we are ending this month still with over $6,150. We are almost at $6,200, but we are off by $6. So we did only have an additional 5 from last month, but the fact that we are in the positive is actually great in my opinion, based off how much spending that I did this past month. You can see, like I said, Pamper alone is negative 290, and then we have like negative 75 up in here. So yes, I think the fact that we are not in the negative, I will take it, even if it is only positive $5. It could be worse. But anyways, I think that pretty much wraps up this video. Go ahead and like this video, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. We are trying to make it to 75 subscribers here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day and your week until I see you again, and I will see you all later.